You gotta, you gotta, you gotta. You got a little extra in that intro. You got a little extra in that intro going on right now. I feel like you added a little something there. I don't know how I feel about that transition, but man, that intro, that little delay you put in there. Oh, Mikey, every time. You don't think I noticed these things, but wow, that was good. That was good. Whew. All right. I don't know about you guys, but it was a mild day one home GVT, and I already feel like I have Bambi's legs. So, like literally, I was coming in, and I felt like I had just legs like that coming in. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes in the next couple of days. Um, let's see here. Whew, man. Wow. Okay. So I am Max Mormont. This is Midnight Munchies with me, Max, and I got my boy Mikey on the mic on the handles, and then Fridays we're gonna start bringing in some guests. I'm pretty excited, and today we got a lot of good stuff to talk about, but we're just going back to my legs before we move on. I can understand why people don't like to work out their legs, like when they make the little memes about like leg days and all that stuff. I get it, because I mean, if my legs already feel like this and what they're gonna feel like in the next couple of days, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, they're still in the pot. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The legs are just gonna go. The legs feed the wolf, man. The legs feed the wolf. All right. So we got a lot of good stuff. I'm really feeling good about attacking the week. I'm excited to see this process roll out and get us back in. I'm super pumped on um, mostly just everything we're doing, what we're doing as a community, what we're doing online. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. So I'm excited to get a little bit more in action, not so just by myself with the fams. So Q&A today. Whew, fire questions. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for sending out your questions and asking me. Today it was a long one on the first one. Is a newbie female. I am ready to do this fitness thing. I want to get in shape. I want to start CrossFit, but I am intimidated. I do not want to get bulky, and I do not want to get injured. So basically, I'm new. I want to start fitnessing. I'm scared of CrossFit. I heard you guys are crazy and you drink Kool-Aid. And then I don't want to be bulky, because being like tough and firm is not what I want. Soft and doughy is what I'm going for. What's happening here? So, okay, and then I do not want to get injured. Well, don't. So there is real. That's a really good question. That's why I chose it. So thank you. So the number one thing is that when people talk about oh, hold on, I got a second one. I got my snacks. I can't let them. I got excited about this question. That's how excited I am about this question. Sorry. Second question. Sorry. Pump the brakes, coach. Should I stay away from carbs? They cause fat gain, right? Should I stay away from carbs? They cause fat gains, right? Yes, look at me. I eat carbs. I am fat. So yes, I would say, okay, we'll get into that one. I like that one too. So it's not like I got a lot of questions, but there was a few that now you guys have been sending in. So I've been pretty excited about that. And I picked them out, and I'll keep picking them out or using the older ones. So thank you. And don't be shy. You can keep sending the same question. Max at maxfitusa.com. And then reshare this. And if you have any questions, ask it on here, and then we'll go through them in the Q&A section. All right. So we got fitness. I want to start. I don't want to get bulky. I'm intimidated. I don't want to get injured. And then carbs. I don't want to eat carbs, or should I not eat carbs? Because I heard they get fat. I see you and you look fat, so I'm scared. All right. All viable questions. All phenomenal questions. Phenomenal questions. Did somebody just fall off a cliff? So today's snack. Oh, it's a good one today. Today is s'more versus s'more. So s'more versus s'more. And I said s'more versus s'more because I have two s'mores here. And hey, I know that the the paper I sent you, I wrote s'mores, but it probably wasn't even close to s'mores for some reason. I was struggling today. And then also too, the best part was today with PE, Talal was crushing the feed, and inside there I thought he had the wrong thing on there, and I was like, oh no, put knee to something, and he like flashed it, and I was like, all right, I guess he doesn't know how to change it. And then later he was like, Coach, I think I misunderstood because he's such a sweet kid. He's like, I think I misunderstood. And I was like, no, man. And I try not to curse in front of him, but I was like, no, man, that was my fucking illiteracy. I'm sorry, man. But so anyways, s'more versus s'more. This is one Hershey chocolate s'more and one Hershey Reese's s'more. So both are in the family of a Hershey family s'more. Because you could have a Godiva or a Dove. You could change up your s'more. Your s'more doesn't always have to be Hershey's, right? So that's why, but I've never heard of like actually throwing other chocolate pieces on here. Now I'm curious, like, why haven't we been doing like Snickers s'mores and like really, really getting nasty with this, right? I mean, has anybody done like cookies? What's Matt here yelling at me already? Matt, we just started. Why are you yelling at me, buddy? The reality is you already want to get drunk. All right, go for it. Hit me. Mikey. Oh, I think Mikey's eating. Sorry. Mikey's snacking. What are you snacking on, Mikey?
I'm snacking on some fresh strawberries. Matt,
all right.
Matt says, slightly chubbier Matt here, wishing I would listen and done the conditioning and the challenges in the morning like Max said.
I mean, just knock
That's okay. I did the same thing. I did the challenges after. Terrible idea.
It happens.
Terrible idea.
It happens. It's okay. Even if you don't get it in, it's okay. Last week, moving out. School's out, so you're good. The major work is done, and I calculated it, and we're already over. So we did it. I like this. You hit me with the hot box right now, coming in hot with this hot box, huh? I got party bubbles too. I could hit party bubbles, and I'm thinking about getting a smoke machine. So we're gonna really turn this bad boy up. All right, so I want to know if you guys have made s'mores. Is it s'mores or is it s'mores? S'mores or s'mores? S'mores. So Pam or Pam? Are you saying
Marvel or Marble? Marvel or Marvel?
I mean, s'more. Okay. So the chocolate's nice, right? Like, yeah. Have you guys made s'mores with any other chocolates, like Godiva, Dove, Snickers?
I'm more of a purist. I like the graham. You put the chocolate on the mallow. You put the mallow between the grahams.
Yeah, the Hershey chocolate, right? Like that's the go-to. The Hershey chocolate's like, it's almost like branding. It's like Coca-Cola for all soda.
Yeah.
S'mores, you just assume it's Hershey chocolate. I don't know, man. This peanut butter This peanut butter Reese's s'mores is something legit. Yeah, this is the first time I've been with Jillian for almost 20 years here, I feel like, and I've never had a s'mores Reese's, and apparently she just had this in her back pocket. Just like fell out. We were walking around. Yeah, I know. This is what I'm talking about. Going quarantine isn't so bad. You learn things about people, good and bad. So,
Laura, Laura said she's done it with the Reese's.
okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try with a Snickers now. I'm interested, or a fast break maybe. So,
Ooh, a fast break. Yeah.
I mean, it's like a Reese's, maybe a little bit thicker. So,
I wonder if you can do like a York peppermint patty. I wonder how that tastes.
I like those frozen. I was gonna buy the whole plastic container. You know those mints you get at the restaurant.
Oh, no.
I was gonna since I had the plastic container of beef jerky, I was gonna do the plastic container of those mints, and that was gonna be one of my snacks. And I was like, oh, I'll wait.
You know what? I'm surprised you haven't. Speaking of plastic containers, Red Vine has a classic plastic container.
Yeah, I was looking at Red Vines and Twizzlers. So
Ooh,
Twizzlers comes like in a square Tupperware instead of that classic like round big Tupperware. I don't know. I like everything chocolate peanut butter. I literally like everything chocolate peanut butter. I even like my ice cream chocolate peanut butter. But I might have to go with the natural form of this, just the Hershey's, the marshmallow, and the graham. I like Reese's. It's legit. I'm gonna eat it. Don't stress. But I might keep it with because I like the sugar cookies. The sugar cookies during Christmas with the kisses on top, or the like peanut butter cookies. Yeah,
Yeah.
Snickerdoodles, but with a Hershey's kiss in the middle.
Instead of
I
the
don't
graham
know.
cracker, use the Keebler fudge stripe cookies. Ooh, she's talking
Okay.
another language right there.
Okay. Yeah, because Jillian was talking about actually making some cookies and was like, "Oh, we should make this with cookies." And I just was like standing there, didn't move. I was like, "Okay, so so what are we doing?" It's like, "We'll do it tomorrow." And I was like, "Okay, my bad, I misinterpreted
Why would
that."
you feed me?
Yeah, like this. I
You
was
have my
ready.
attention. You have my
Yeah, I
attention.
was ready. Like, what are we doing? Not cookies. Okay, so this is the first time I feel like I actually no, and then our other snacks. The other snacks, that was crazy. That was kind of fun. Thank you for that. The 7 p.m. Snackathon. How was it that we had Milo too that night? So if you guys have had one or the other, let me know which one you like. I'll know if we're friends or not. I like that Reese's though. All right, so now let's get into that first answer, that first question. Okay, so I'm ready to start CrossFit. Or I'm ready to start fitnessing. I'm intimidated of CrossFit. I don't want to get bulky, and I don't want to get injured. So we'll answer those individually. Okay. So let's say the first question is, I'm ready to do this fitness thing. All right. So the first thing that I would ask in return is, what have you been doing up until now? So sometimes people say, I'm ready to do this fitness thing, and then we start talking about it, and they're intimidated of the CrossFit thing because they haven't really done nothing. And then their answer to themselves is, hey, maybe I actually got to do something else prior to doing this. And I would rather take somebody with absolutely no habits, all the ability and willingness to learn something new, be a full noob, than somebody that has years of actual patterns that like they don't want to break them. And it's a much more difficult thing to do. So teaching someone skills that's not willing to listen and doesn't have them, obviously that's the hardest thing to do. But if you're willing to listen and you're new, skills come quick. So you see these bigger jumps, right? And when people start off and they say, "Hey, I'm going to try to do this on my own before I start fitnessing," no, I would tell you, let's just get to the point of making sure you can start off by doing 3 times a week and then build that up. So I always tell people in the beginning, your first month should look like something like week 1, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, week 2, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, week 3, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, week 4, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And then now week 5, you can bump it up to 5 days a week, or you can repeat that 4. So just to start the fitnessing thing, the conversation of the consistency and the training, so that way you don't create maladaptation and you're not actually working out only on Monday and then only on Friday and not understanding why you're deconditioning yourself. You're actually probably hurting yourself more than anything else. So having that kind of conversation, so just be aware of that. And then I want to get in shape, but I'm intimidated of CrossFit. The thing here is I would tell them is that the only intimidation of CrossFit is a few things. Is one, that you hear either you're reading something about it, somebody told you a story about it, and then also to the idea of scoring or competitive fitness. So when those type of conversations come up, yeah, it gets a little nerve wracking, but it's almost a way of thinking of a community that can hold you accountable. And then at the same time, you're able to take yourself home, something that's tangible. So you can take home data and then use that moving forward, especially at a newer level. And I know that most people are like, data, here he goes again. But it's important for you to see your gains over time, because in the future, they don't really come. So they're very small when you get closer to your genetic potential. So I wouldn't be intimidated. I would tell you to just be sure to feel comfortable by making sure you come in, talk to your coaches, communicate with your community, things like that. The more you feel like you're bothering, the better off you are. So if you feel like you're bothering, you're doing the fitnessing thing. And then the next thing would be, I don't want to get bulky. And that's kind of an old, that's an old adverb or whatever, or an old proverb or whatever. I feel like people used to say that of days of old. But I always make the joke that if somebody was ripped and the lights are off, and both people are naked, I'm pretty sure that the conversation isn't going to suddenly sway. Oh, hey, hold on, we can't continue forward. You're too bulky. So I get a little confused. I get a little confused by that. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. But I do understand where if your waist size is going down, but your pant size and the leg is getting tighter, you can look at a few different things. This is a real like honest explanation of fat versus muscle inside of like clothing. I can actually stuff fat much easier than I can stuff muscle, so it's gonna feel tighter against the clothing. So then when I start pumping up and that kind of like feeling against my clothing, I'm going to actually feel a little bulkier. So just know that maybe you have to start taking measurements to see like, okay, hey, it's really not that much bigger, or it is, but it looks better. I'm happy with it. And just having more of a psychological conversation with yourself, because that's more of what I don't want to get bulky is, unless somebody around you is telling you that. And if that's the case, F them. That's not okay either. So if you want to get bulky, you should be able to get bulky, and nobody should tell you are. That's like when people tell me like, oh, my husband's telling me that my hands are getting too callous. And I'm like, all right, have him start CrossFit or have him come talk to me, because I want to meet your husband. I want to have a chat. So, because if it's callous hands, who cares? So, injured, I don't want to get injured. I don't believe that people get injured off of what they do. I think they get injured off of what they think they can do. So, it's very rare that a coach or someone will say, hey,
at least in my facility or under my tutelage, that people have said, or what I teach is never to really push people to be like, oh yeah, go ahead. And I'll make jokes about it, like, I'll put some weight on the bar. And I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like a college kid. But the reality of it is no one's going to push you into an uncomfortable situation where you're going to injure yourself. The injuring yourself is you trying something that you're not ready for, or just freak accident. And if you understand that freak accidents happen, and then you understand that, hey, look, you know what, I'm going to live inside my means. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm going to be conservative in the beginning, and then I'm going to start go ahead and feeling more confident, because the same person that tells me, hey, I'm not really confident to start CrossFit, it's the same person that will try a muscle up. A male will try a muscle up like 2 weeks into it. And it's like, okay, or they'll tell me they get injured a lot. And it's like, oh yeah, well, you don't even have a chest to bar pull up. What would make you think, you got this muscle up thing? So, and I want to encourage trying, because that's what my warm ups are designed to do. But at the same time, I want to encourage knowledge. But phenomenal question. Thank you. And I wrote back, blah, 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 most of what I told you guys. I added some stuff, obviously not the mean jokes, but I really like questions like this. I really like questions like this. Should I stay away from carbs because the carbs, they cause fat and gain. They cause fat, right? I'm sorry. Should I stay away from carbs that cause fat gain, right? So, the carbs do, the fat, the sugar, insulin response, all that kind of does cause a lot of storage. And especially if your insulin receptors are, let's say, nulled or not really firing well, they're going to store fat versus building mass. So understanding how to deplete your carbs. But once you deplete your carbs and you go into a keto state, you could actually start adding in carbs and using them as a hormonal spike. And then you can create kind of a hormonal response diet based off of the carbohydrates and the sugar. So knowing what carbs do that, which carbs don't, understanding how to deplete them completely, and know when I'm actually at a body fat percentage or a point when to add them back in. So even if I'm at 20-30% body fat, I could take off 10% body fat, add them back in, and then start seeing a huge response to my actual training. And then you can get, a paleo diet is basically a keto diet in a roundabout way, or a low carb diet, or a Mediterranean diet, or a maker's diet. So there's all these diets. Because the other question I got is, what is the best diet, right? The reality of it is that if you have been eating sugars and like grains and a lot of things of that nature, you want to take them out for a while, and then you want to add them back in, just like anything else. Just like if I'm on a very high fat diet or a very high protein diet, I want to take it out for a little bit while and then add it back in. Not I have to take it out very long. I can take it out for 15 to 30 days. If I do 60 days, obviously it's better. But when I add that back in, the response and the results that you get is unbelievable. So if you're someone that likes having a high protein diet, and then suddenly you like stop taking shakes for a month, you stop eating extra meat, you stop taking any type of excess protein that you're taking in, you just bring it down to the bare minimum. So you're a 200-pound man and you're eating like 250, 260 grams of protein. And all of a sudden you bring it all the way down to 150 for a month. When you go back, and then on the process of the month, obviously you got to be careful with it, but you won't lose that much mass if you're closer, let's say 185 or something like that, like your lean body mass. And you'll lose a lot of actual fat or storage or gut weight from not having so much water and protein in your diet. And then you'll actually metabolize better, and then you'll start to see what protein you're actually using, and then you'll be able to add it back in slowly, not all 260 at once, slowly. And then you might not have to actually go all the way back up so high. You might become more efficient, I'm in love with all things potato. Me too. Don't get me don't get me wrong. I'm in love with all things snack. I've been I'm doing the snacking just so that way I can specifically eat and then try to not eat more snacks. But last night I was trying to snack at 2:30, and Jillian was like, "Bro, you have a show to do. That. Get out of the cupboard. Get out of the cupboard." Woke up, poor girl. How loud was like, ah. But yeah, all the potatoes. But again, Tazim, if you're timing the potatoes and you're eating the spuds or you're eating more natural based potatoes, those are good potatoes. Even like white potatoes, they're not going to really, if you're eating 3 meals a day of potatoes, yeah, they're going to be a problem. But 1 meal a day at night, no, not. I actually really like it. That's the same thing with rice. People get a really good response with jasmine rice or white rice, all the wild rice. Different rices for some reason respond different. And I don't really like white rice, but I do respond very, very well to it. So when I'm cutting, I actually will start adding in white rice, and that's one of my biggest forms of carbs. So I don't necessarily go straight low carb or no carb when I cut, because I tend to actually start overeating because I'll get like almost like I crave it, and then I'm eating more fat. And as we saw with the trail mix, just a couple handfuls with the nuts and everything in there, you're in the thousands. With fat, it's easy to get a high caloric intake. So okay, so should I stay away from it? Depending on what you're trying to do, yes, you should stay away from it again, and then learning how to add it in, and then which carbs are good and which ones are bad, and then how you react to certain carbs is crucial to understanding how to actually implement carbs. And then I would actually say that kind of puts me into my rant, because my rant was in regards to fault. Right. So a lot of people, when they're actually dieting or they want to get better at fitness or they want to start fitness, they start this process and then suddenly they start giving fault. And it's not necessarily a fault towards other people or a fault towards like the blame game. It might even be mostly towards themselves. Like, oh, I work too much. Oh, you know what? I just, I had to hang out with my friends, or, I had to eat, or me and my wife had to eat a certain way, or there's always what I would say is an excuse or a fault, and that's not a bad thing. And I wish that people would realize sooner than later that you're allowed to have faults. You're allowed to have errors and mistakes. It's more about recognizing them and then you learning how to use them towards your benefit. And that's really why I like nutrition, right? So even now I can have double s'mores and then eat more crap, drink beer more than regular than what I'm doing. And I'm actually still maintaining or losing a little bit of fat. And mostly because I'm still adding in more exercising through doing our PE stuff, doing some of the filming stuff. And just that alone is just giving me more movement, allowing me to take in more calories. And I know that I would actually look better, feel better, and I overall do better if I just cut out some stuff. But I'm not also playing the fault game, right? I'm not going to say like, hey, you know what, I could be better, but I'm doing the snack show, or I could be better, but you know what, I train. And I used to do that to myself. I used to tell myself, oh, it's okay. You put in your own time. You should be able to, or you know what, you're injured. Go ahead and gain weight. It's not a big deal. But the sooner you get yourself out of those conversations, the better off you are. So specifically in the fitness world, or exercising, or even in life, right? Getting rid of fault and getting rid of your guilt quicker than not is very, very important. And the gym is exactly what you put in is what you get out. And that's one of the biggest things that I try to preach to kids, is that there's nothing out there like it, that has no bias. It doesn't have any like feelings towards you. You just put what you want into it, and then it gives you what you put into it. So again, leave the fault. Like when they say leave the ego at the door, it should say leave the fault at the door. Just leave that alone. Like, I mean, fuck, that's like the RX thing. It's like what we're talking about with you guys saying, hey, you guys are doing your workouts RX your workouts, even on Beyond the Whiteboard. Say that you're doing it RX, because you know what, you are. It's what you have. it's prescribed based on what you can prescribe, not what I can prescribe right now. So, and then when I see that, it's not a fault. It's not a fault. So don't fault yourself. RX that shit. Great job. Thank you. So, Mikey, leaderboard. I'm all over the place today, huh? The s'mores. I was so happy about the s'mores. I was so pumped about answering those questions.
Where do you want to start? The workout, the weightlifting.
Let's look at the strength and skill portion, because we're going to do 2 days of strength. And then, so today was alternating EMOM, 20 minutes, back squat and kettlebell. I feel like whenever it's written EMOM, so every minute on the minute versus E2 mom, what I'm saying is that you want to look at the speed of one exercise, rest, and then do the other exercise. Whereas, we'll talk about tomorrow where it's every 2 minutes. It's a little bit different. All right. All right, let's see what people use for weights in the dumbbell. I did a little bit of everything. I was pretty pumped on the everything track. G Lucero. Let's go through the ladies. Let's go through the ladies first. See what these girls got here. What about What about on the on the completed? Yeah. Okay. 77 pounds. I like that. Had a lot of friends online die. 35, all right. Lost a lot of friends. Okay. Yeah, 85.
85 on that.
Yeah.
20 pounds. There you go. Almost with 85.
I think 85 is good, man. It's 25 on each side. That's almost what I used. And the 55, good deal.
Sandbag.
Barbell,
Okay.
I like that. So the sandbag, okay. Back squat.
85. Savannah was 55.
Yeah. Wesley.
Better Wesley, 35.
Barbell, I would assume. Lacey.
PVC pipe plus 2 gallons of water jug. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Lacey, you should try those like filling your PVC pipes. Or getting or like a slosh pipe. We should make Talal order some stuff and make a carousel of how to make a slosh pipe. Yeah.
185 there with Wes Samfuna. And well, that doesn't make any sense. Why is he ranked second?
I don't know. Maybe it's because of how they inputted it in.
Maybe it's just in the order of how you imported it.
No, but what about maybe two? Because sometimes it goes. Maybe it goes off of their recorded best.
Yeah.
And beyond the whiteboard. Go back to that. I'm curious. What does it say under? So average power 84.6, and then average power
88.1. Okay.
Yeah. So, however Wesley produced more power in that workout. That's funny. Okay. Good deal.
All right, Luke with 95 pounds.
That's what I used.
105.
I only did 5 rounds.
115 for Johnson Pothead.
Yeah.
105. English did 135. Dang, bro. Okay.
My man.
Tyler was 55. Complete each movement in 20 to 24 seconds. That's about right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Alan was 115.
Whew, nice, Alan.
Rick
I would I would have loved to see Rich go through this. He has Bambi legs for sure, even with the 45.
Francis,
Yeah, Francis.
20. Apparently, I was only producing 226.4 foot-pounds per second.
Yeah. Is that based off your height too?
Possibly. I don't know. 115, 115.
I'm very
115.
look
How
at
am
that,
I
but that
doing
average, but that
foot?
average power, man, you're not putting out as much average power. Look how little power, average power you're putting out. Alan's putting out double your average. I want to know. I want to know how is it calculating this? I will look into this. This will be our conversation tomorrow. Mikey will take the mic on the rant tomorrow.
You know what really grinds my gears? I'll
Is
be
that
on the
I feel like
whiteboard, calculates my foot pounds.
I felt like I was actually doing really hard work. Oh man, Pied, you got smashed by your brother.
Yeah. See, John got, John all the way up here, right?
Way up here, way up, top 10, top
4.
10, top 10.
And Brian with
Oh,
22 pounds.
sliding. What does it say yet? Better than
And he set the bar down quietly. He's the worst with
yeah,
the 30-pound sandbell. Well, yeah.
yeah. That's why I did half of it without a barbell because I wasn't gonna piss off my neighbors. Okay, Wells, my boy Wells. Oh, you missed Wells. I feel like okay. I
135.
feel like he's a taller dude. I wonder why he got 19.5.
I wonder what
It
his
has,
recorded best is. I mean, it's probably
yeah,
going off the recorded best.
it has to be something like that, huh?
Look, Little Maxie, 185.
Yeah, Maxie is just poor Maxie's been on a 7-week hiatus. Concern. Good work. Yeah, how does it know that Bradley Pratt, poor Bradley, only getting credit for 7.5%? What did they say for Maxie?
7.9.
They didn't even give Maxie percent. Gave 0 effort. What is it? What this is shit.
Yeah,
on the
weird
whiteboard.
it's probably because the people that probably don't have enough info.
Input in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what the average power, what it's using for the average power equation. Oh, what's up here? Maybe. All right. Let's see what tomorrow is, Mike. You got that that whiteboard card? Okay. So I kept telling you guys that I was gonna put out the videos for the barbell stuff, and I'll get them all out tomorrow. I'm just gonna make them on the How To Tuesday, and then I'll get them out. So I'll launch them all. So if you guys have questions about them, like what is a muscle dip? It's basically a no foot power snatch, but we'll get into that. I'll make sure they're out tomorrow. The workout is another strength portion. So again, press. You could do push-ups. You could do inverted on the box again if you wanted to. You could do just reach for the skies for your body weight stuff. All right. So, and then same thing with the kettlebell swing. You could do a touchdown to jump. You could do a touchdown to reach. You could do things of that nature. But I also have here in the 10 minutes, we have air squats and pull-ups or towel rows. So as you're picking your pressing movement or your body weight, upper body pressing movement, I would tell you to do more of something like push-ups or dips or whatever you're not too sore from today. And then same thing with the kettlebell swing. I would do more of a lower back type of touch to reach. So sumo squat, touchdown jump, like a frog hop, things like that. Dumbbell, you could dumbbell press it with 2 dumbbells or one dumbbell. You could, when you do the 1 dumbbell, you could do 10 on each side, or you could do 1 and 1. It is an E2 mom. So what that means is that you have the full 2 minutes to accomplish all of the reps. So imagine that the 10 presses with the barbell are only going to take you 20 seconds, and then alternating arms, 10 kettlebell swings 10 on one side, 10 on the other, 20 total kettlebell swings is going to take you somewhere close to maybe 40 seconds. So you might get 1 minute of work and 1 minute of rest. All right. So that's where the process of the E2 mom versus the E mom is a little different rest to work ratio. So it's like work, work, and then rest, work, work, rest versus work, rest, work, rest. If you want, you could double up the press. You can go 10 and 10, or 5 and 5 with the one dumbbell. And the kettlebell swing, it's longer. It's 10 on each. Wall balls or dumbbell thruster for the AMRAP. If you guys have a barbell, just do the barbell for your thrusters, or you guys could do a 35-pound dumbbell. Same thing. Kettlebell one arm row. Thank you. I kept saying swing, huh? Were you drinking every time I said swing? How drunk are you up there now? That's why she was like, "You're not saying the right thing." No, thank you. So it's a one arm row, so that's even faster. I was like, "Wow, why am I being so mean to them? Why do they have to do 20 kettlebell swings?" So that's 10 one arm rows on one side, 10 on the other. The workout is wall balls or a dumbbell thruster. You could do 26, so 13 on one side, 13 on the other, or 2 dumbbells, 26 total, however you want to do it, and then pull-ups and towel rows. And then the last thing we got here is the barbell version of it. So barbell press, and then still using a kettlebell or a dumbbell for the one arm row. 10 on one side, 10 on the other. It's still going to take you about 30 to 40 seconds. And then wall balls, 26 of them, or barbell thrusters, 26. And then just 45 and a 35-pound barbell, like male, female, or whatever you have. And then the 13 pull-ups or towel rows. You could also do bent over rows at like 50% of your body weight as well with a barbell if you want to add in more hypertrophy. So they're going to do that. All right. So kettlebell rows. Kettlebell rows. Come on, Max. I was like, man, one arm kettlebell swing is gonna be real slow. They're gonna feel real stressed out. They'll have plenty of time, but they're gonna feel real stressed out. Okay. I'm working on perception and like trying to draw stuff a little further and then in depth and stuff. But I'm pretty excited about the castle this week. I'm excited about this week's battle and theme that's coming. So, and that's going to be a good thought process. So in every fight, there's always like every fight, every workout, every exercise, every part of life, there's always a moment where you're going to feel beaten. You're going to feel ready to quit. You're going to want to quit. And you can just know that everybody goes through that point. Everybody goes through that moment of disparity or that moment of distrust and quitting and like just all this internal like, and at that moment, if you can make it through and you can find yourself and not quit, you can pretty much consider yourself high probability to win or be a higher level athlete or being better at your job or being better at life or being better at exercising. So whenever you're feeling that moment of quit or that moment of stall out or that moment of boredom or that moment of whatever that angst is, just know that that is looking for everybody. It's like the Reaper. It's like that, but it's looking for everybody for failure and quitting. And it's trying to hunt you out. And just know that if you can get on the other side of that, the rewards of it are going to be much greater than quitting just because of that moment that you felt that. So attack this week. It's going to be a good week. We're going to move into a new phase. I'm excited about it. Super pumped. Keep coming at me with the questions. Thank you guys. Tomorrow morning, we got 6 a.m. Are we doing 7 a.m. tomorrow? Are we doing 7 a.m. tomorrow? Yeah, it takes height into account. It takes height into account, weight and height. But I also feel like it takes your previous 1RM. And I would assume it's only height and weight. But I wonder too if it's like height, your weight, the weight that you're moving, right? So it'd be a little bit of it would be those three. It would be those three. And I wonder if it has anything to do also too. That's really unfair to you. Yeah. Just move faster. Okay. No. So yeah, it is unfair to us. It is unfair. But I don't know how Wes is obviously heavier. He had a lighter barbell. He's taller. What do we got here? Poor Louis.
Poor Louis.
I'm confused. Wes is heavier. He used lighter weight than Christian, and he's taller, and he has a higher power output. You would think that he would have to have a heavier weight than Christian if he's heavier, based off of weight and height and power output. I'm gonna look into it. Let me know, Piehead, if you come across some more information. Thank you. The good Piehead. Good Piehead. Not the one that actually is at my gym. So are we having 7 a.m. tomorrow? Does anybody know this? I mean, she was just smashing me. Did she fall asleep? But okay, I should start looking into this. Mikey, can you remind? we gotta remember if we're gonna change it or not. I gotta look at the schedule.
No, it's 12. It's 12 and 7 tomorrow for the Zoom classes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hit those Zoom classes, everybody. Come on, give them some love.
Yeah, those morning coaches feeling real sad. Real sad. You guys all not wanting to hang out with them. Like you would get super coached the F up if you got on a Zoom class right now. You would get so coached up, whatever you wanted to work on, you would get a private Zoom class because they would be so happy to coach somebody because nobody's jumping on those morning calls. Nighttime, you guys are rocking it. And then we're actually getting a lot of usage through our live stuff. But you guys are crushing it. So noon PE, and then 7 p.m. and then we're back here talking about stuff. Great job today, guys. Mikey, thank you, man. I appreciate you. We crushed it this week. Whew. I'm gonna have to go with the regular s'mores. I'm on your side.